Alright, let's play a little game of Spot the Difference, but this time with one of history's most coveted treasures, the emerald. For centuries, their mesmerizing green has captivated kings, queens, and collectors. This allure also makes them a prime target for imitation. So, you're holding a beautiful green stone. You look at it and wonder, is this the real deal? A genuine piece of the Earth's magic? Or is it just a clever imposter? Today we're diving deep into the visual clues that separate a true emerald from the lookalikes. We're talking about a whole lineup of contenders, from other natural stones like vibrant peridot, deep green tourmaline, to man-made imposters like colored glass, and even lab-grown synthetic emeralds, which can be incredibly tricky. First up, the most iconic feature, color. A true emerald boasts a specific shade of green, often described as a deep, lush garden green. Think of it as a pure green, sometimes with a slight bluish secondary hue, but never too yellow or too blue. If the stone you're looking at is more of a lime or olive green, you might be holding a peridot. If it looks almost perfect, like a bright neon green, that can be a red flag for a synthetic. But here's the catch. High-quality fakes, especially colored glass, can mimic this color almost perfectly. That's why color is our starting point, but it's definitely not the final word. Next, let's get up close and personal and talk about clarity. Here's a counterintuitive tip. You're actually looking for imperfections. Natural emeralds are famous for their inclusions. Gemologists have a beautiful name for them, jardine, the French word for garden, because they can look like tiny bits of moss or foliage trapped within the stone. These can be tiny crystals, little wisps, or internal fractures. These are the emerald's birthmarks, telling the story of its formation deep within the earth. Now, if you look at a stone under magnification and it's perfectly, flawlessly clear, be suspicious. That's a hallmark of glass or a lab-grown synthetic. Glass might have perfectly round gas bubbles, a dead giveaway, while a natural emerald's inclusions are beautifully chaotic and unique. Finally, let's talk about how the stone plays with light. Check out the sparkle, or rather, the lack of it. Emeralds have what's called a vitreous or glass-like luster. They aren't meant to have that fiery, rainbow-filled sparkle you see in a diamond. Instead of a brilliant flash, a real emerald will have a more subtle, sophisticated glow from within. It's a softer, warmer shine. If you're holding a green stone that's throwing off intense flashes of light and rainbow colors, it's likely not an emerald. It could be a green garnet, a zircon, or a synthetic material designed to be extra flashy. Their glow is softer, almost velvety. This is because emeralds have lower dispersion, meaning they don't break light into a fiery rainbow of colors like a diamond does. If you see a ton of rainbow flashes, you might be looking at a simulant like green cubic zirconia or tourmaline instead. These stones are designed to dazzle, but they lack the understated regal elegance of a genuine emerald. Weight can also give you a clue. This is a simple version of a professional test for specific gravity. Emerald is a dense mineral, much denser than common fakes like glass or plastic. If you have two stones the same size, the real emerald will feel noticeably heavier in your hand. It's a subtle but often reliable indicator that you're holding something of substance. And here's a pro tip rooted in science, the fog test. Breathe warmly on the stone. A real emerald is a great thermal conductor, so it disperses the heat from your breath rapidly and the fog vanishes almost instantly. Glass, being an insulator, stays foggy for a few seconds longer. While not foolproof, other real gems pass this test too. It's a fun party trick and a great way to quickly spot common glass fakes. Of course, while these home tests are helpful, the only way to know for sure is to get your gem checked by a professional. A certified gemologist uses specialized equipment for a definitive answer. They'll use a refractometer to measure the stone's unique refractive index and a microscope to examine its internal jardine of inclusions, which act like a natural fingerprint. This level of analysis is the gold standard for identification, but armed with this knowledge, you're way ahead of the game. The next time you're eyeing some green bling or someone tries to pass off a bottle green bauble as a precious emerald, you'll know exactly what to look for. You can appreciate the subtle glow, test the heft, and understand the science behind the sparkle. Stay sharp, stay curious, and keep spotting those differences.